I'm going to tell you something today that most people won't. Not because they don't know it, but because it's uncomfortable. Because we're taught to avoid talking about aging, to pretend everything is fine, to put on a brave face. But here's what I've learned. The seniors who are happiest, the ones who actually enjoy these years, they're the ones who faced these realities head on, not hiding from them, not pretending, just accepting, and then planning. I'm Clara Morgan, and today I'm sharing 10 harsh realities of being 77 years old, what no one tells you about aging. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to prepare you, because forewarned is forearmed. I've spent time talking to seniors, caregivers, and real people living this reality every day. And if you're watching this and you're younger, especially if you're in the sandwich generation, caught between paying for your kids' college and helping your parents age well, please stay, because everything I'm about to say, your parents are thinking it. They're just not saying it. And the financial stress of that silence, it's costing everyone. Let's start with number 10. Reality number 10. Time becomes a different currency. When you're 30, time feels infinite. You can waste an entire Saturday on the couch and not think twice. When you're 77, every single day has weight. I talked to a 77-year-old who said something that stuck with me. He said, "At my age, I don't buy green bananas anymore." He was joking, but only kind of, because the reality is this. When you're 77, you start measuring time differently, not in years, not even in months. In mornings, you wake up feeling good. In dinners with friends who are still here. In holidays you have left with your grandchildren. And here's the hard part. You can't buy more time. You can't earn it back. You can only spend it. So the question becomes, are you spending it on things that actually matter? Here's the solution. Schedule one non-negotiable thing this week that you'd regret not doing. Put it on the calendar, then protect it like gold. That's reality number 10. Let's go to number 9. Reality number 9. Your body betrays you first. Here's something nobody tells you when you're 40. Your mind might still feel 30, but your body? Your body has its own calendar. At 77, you wake up and something hurts. Every single day. Maybe it's your knees, maybe your back, maybe your hands from arthritis, and you learn to just live with it. Not complain, not dramatize, just accept that pain is now a roommate. An annoying one, but one you can't evict. One senior told me, "I used to run marathons. Now I consider it a good day if I can get off the toilet without making a sound." But here's the upside that nobody talks about. The body adapts. You learn new ways to do things. You discover that a walk around the block can be just as joyful as a 5-mile run, just slower. You realize that good health at 77 doesn't mean feeling like you're 25. It means being able to do the things you love, even if you need a nap afterward. The body betrays you, yes, but your spirit doesn't have to. The solution? Focus on what you can do, not what you can't. A 10-minute walk is still a victory. A stretching routine is still strength. Adapt. Don't quit. That's reality number 9. Reality number 8. Friends disappear, and it's devastating. And I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. Between the ages of 70 and 80, most people lose more than half of their close friends. Some to illness, some to moving closer to kids, some just gone. And what makes it worse, society doesn't have a ritual for losing a friend. When a spouse dies, there's a funeral. People bring casseroles. Everyone understands. But when your best friend of 50 years passes away, people say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then life goes on. For them, not for you. One 78-year-old woman told me, "I've been to 19 funerals in the last 4 years. At some point, you stop grieving and just go numb. Then you feel guilty for going numb." So here's what I've learned. At 77, you don't take friendships for granted. You call, you visit, you send the stupid birthday card because you know that every lunch could be the last lunch. And the beautiful thing? The friendships that survive, they're forged in fire. Those people become your family, your real family. The solution? Stop waiting for them to call. You call. Schedule a weekly phone date. Send the dumb card. The effort you make is the friendship you keep. That's reality number 8. Let's keep going. Reality number 7. Your memory starts playing tricks. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Memory. At 77, you walk into a room and forget why. You lose your glasses while they're on your head. You call your children by each other's names, including the dog's name once in a while. And every single time it happens, there's that split second of panic. That little voice that whispers, "Is this it? Is this the beginning of the end?" Here's what the research actually says, and this is important. Most memory lapses at 77 are completely normal. Your brain has 77 years of information stored in there. Of course it takes longer to find things. That's not dementia, that's just a full hard drive. In fact, research shows that worrying about memory loss actually makes memory worse because anxiety steals your attention. And if you're not paying attention when you put your keys down, you won't remember where they are. So here's my practical advice. Write things down. Keep a notebook. Use the Notes app on your phone. And stop terrifying yourself every time you forget a name. Your brain is fine. It's just older, slightly slower, but still wise. But watch for the real warning signs. Getting lost in familiar places, not recognizing family, personality changes. Those need a doctor. The rest, that's just being human. The solution? Write it down. Use a notebook or phone app and stop scaring yourself over every forgotten name. Anxiety makes memory worse. Calm makes it better. Reality number 7. 6 more to go. Reality number 6. Independence feels fragile. This is the one nobody prepares you for, the slow loss of independence. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens in small cuts. The day you stop driving at night because your vision isn't what it used to be. The day you hire someone to clean the gutters. Not because you're lazy, but because ladders now feel like death traps. The day you ask your daughter to help you set up your pharmacy automatic refills. One senior told me, "The hardest day of my life wasn't when my wife died. It was the day I had to ask my son to take my car keys." Because driving isn't just transportation. It's freedom. It's the ability to go to the store when you want, to visit a friend on a whim, to not be a burden. And here's what nobody tells you financially. Independence isn't just about pride. It's about having the financial plan, whether that's long-term care insurance, a dedicated fund for aging in place, or understanding the gap between what Medicare actually covers and what you'll pay out of pocket. Because here's the reality nobody tells you. Medicare doesn't cover most long-term care. That's a $100,000 question. The happiest seniors? They've answered it before they needed to. Independence isn't about doing everything yourself. It's about choosing how you get help. The solution? Have the hard conversations now. About driving, about Medicare, about long-term care. Not when you're in crisis. Today. That's how you stay in control. That's reality number 6. All right, let's talk about stuff, because this one might actually be good news. At 77, you start looking around your house and thinking, why do I have 40 coffee mugs? Why are there boxes in the attic I haven't opened in 20 years? Why did I spend 30 years accumulating things that now just sit there? Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you actually used everything in your house? Not the guest room, not the basement, everything. I'll wait. One senior told me, "My mother's china sat in a cabinet for 40 years. Nobody ever used it. And when she died, we donated it to Goodwill. all that care, all that protecting for nothing. Here's the truth they don't tell you when you're young. You don't own your stuff. Your stuff owns you. It fills your house, it fills your mind, it fills your time with dusting and organizing and worrying. And here's what's trending right now in the US. This isn't just about cleaning, it's about right-sizing. It's the American version of Swedish death cleaning, the act of organizing your life now so your children aren't left with the financial and emotional burden of clearing out a 40-year mortgage-sized pile of memories later. The happiest 77-year-olds, they've started giving things away. Not because they're dying, because they're living. They're choosing experiences over objects. They're spending money on dinners with friends, not on newer furniture. So here's my challenge. This week, find 10 things you don't love. Donate them. Give them to someone who'll actually use them. And notice how light you feel. And one more step for the financially serious. Once you've right-sized your stuff, talk to an estate attorney. Make sure the things you keep, the heirlooms, the accounts, the home, are legally protected. A $500 conversation now can save your kids $10,000 and 6 months of probate court later. That's reality number 5, and it's actually freeing. Reality number 4. You think about death more than you admit. Okay, let's say the quiet part out loud. At 77, you think about death. Not all day, not in a sad, depressed way, but it's there, in the background, like a distant train whistle you can hear but can't see. You think about it when you write a will, when you pick a cemetery plot, when you wonder if you should give your granddaughter your pearl necklace now, not later. And here's the thing that nobody tells you. It's not actually depressing. It's clarifying. Because knowing that time is limited, really knowing it, changes how you spend today. You stop saving the good wine for a special occasion. You realize that today is the special occasion. There's a powerful idea in palliative care. Accepting death doesn't make you morbid. It actually makes you feel more alive. The happiest seniors I've met, they've made peace with it. They've planned for it. They've told their children what they want, and then they let it go. They don't obsess. They just live. If you're 77 and you haven't had these conversations with your family, have them this week. It's not morbid. It's a gift. You're giving your children the gift of knowing what you want. That's love. That's love. That's leadership. That's reality number 4. 3 more to go. Reality number 3. Loneliness is a hidden epidemic. This might be the most dangerous reality on this list. Studies suggest that millions of older adults report feeling lonely regularly. That's tens of millions of people eating dinner alone, going days without a real conversation, watching TV just to hear human voices. What does loneliness look like at 77? It's eating dinner alone every night. It's going 3 days without having a real conversation. It's watching TV just to hear human voices. It's the phone that never rings. The U.S. Surgeon General recently declared loneliness a public health epidemic, as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. In the world of finance, we talk about diversifying your portfolio, but at 77, you need to diversify your social circle for your survival. But here's the good news. You can fight it. You don't have to accept it. One 78-year-old I know was lonely and miserable. Then she started volunteering at the elementary school 2 blocks away, reading to kids for 1 hour a week. That 1 hour changed her life. She has friends now, purpose, reasons to get dressed in the morning. Other ideas? Join a senior center, take a class, pottery, Spanish, anything. Go to church or community group. Use Facebook to find local events. Call a friend even when you don't feel like it. And if you're younger and watching this, call your parents. Call your grandparents. Not text, not email. Call. It takes 5 minutes and it might be the highlight of their entire week. Don't accept loneliness. Fight it. The solution? One small social bet this week. A class, a volunteer shift, a phone call. Isolation is a habit. Connection is also a habit. Which one are you practicing? That's reality number 3. Reality number 2. You become invisible. This one is subtle, and it hurts in a way that's hard to explain until you've experienced it. At 77, you become invisible to the world, not because people are mean, because our culture worships youth, and when you're older, you just fade. Waiters call you young lady or sir in a way that feels condescending. Salespeople help the 30-year-old first. People talk louder and slower to you even though your hearing is fine. And you realize that society has decided you don't matter as much anymore. One senior told me, "I used to run a company with 500 employees. Now, cashiers ask if I need help finding the door." The invisibility is real, and it's painful. But here's what I've learned. You can't control how the world sees you, but you can control how you see yourself. The happiest seniors don't wait for the world to validate them. They validate themselves. They find communities where age is respected, church, volunteer groups, senior fitness classes. They mentor younger people. They share their wisdom. They refuse to disappear. And here's the beautiful thing. The older you get, the less you care about what strangers think. That's the gift of age. You stop performing. You just are. So yes, the world might look past you, but you don't have to look past yourself. The solution? Find one place where your age is an asset, not a liability. A place of worship, a mentorship program, a volunteer gig. You have wisdom the world desperately needs. Don't wait to be invited. Show up. That's reality number 2. Reality number 1, you finally know what really matters. Here's reality number 1, and it's not harsh at all. It's actually beautiful. At 77, you finally know what really matters. Not money, not status, not the size of your house or the car in your garage. It's the people. It's always been the people. A 77-year-old doesn't lie on their deathbed wishing they'd worked more overtime. They wish they'd kissed their spouse more. They wish they said, "I love you," instead of assuming it was obvious. They wish they'd taken the trip, eaten the cake, laughed until they cried. The wisdom of age is this. Most of the things we worried about never happened. Most of the things we stressed about didn't matter. And the things we ignored, the relationships, the small joys, the ordinary Tuesday afternoons, those were the whole point. So if you're 77 or 60 or 40, here's my advice. Stop waiting. Stop saving the good china for a special day. Today is the special day. Call the person you've been thinking about. Start the hobby you've been putting off. Forgive the grudge you've been carrying. Because at 77, you realize something profound. There is no later. There is only now. This isn't a dress rehearsal. This is it, and it's more precious than you ever understood when you were young. The solution? Do one thing today that 77-year-old you would thank you for. Call the person, forgive the grudge, start the hobby. Not tomorrow, today. Those are the 10 harsh realities of being 77. Some of them are hard to hear, but I hope you found something useful, something that makes you want to live today a little differently. If this video meant something to you, do me 2 favors. First, share it with someone you love, a parent, a grandparent, a friend who needs to hear this. Send it to them right now. And second, and this really matters to me, tell me in the comments which reality hit you hardest. Number 10, time as currency. Number 3, loneliness. Number 1, finally knowing what matters. I read every comment, every single one. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button. I make videos about retirement, aging, and living well, the stuff nobody else tells you, and I'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and more importantly, take care of each other.